All right, we got some more super chats. Smells like foot in here says, if the Niners actually did trade for Crosby, what player do they trade and what picks? All right, let's do that right now. If the 49ers should trade for Maxx Crosby. Okay. I think they could do it 2 firsts. Maybe it wouldn't even take 2 firsts. The fact that he failed that physical, maybe they could trade him. I don't know. I guess the Raiders are feeling like, why trade low? Why sell low? Get him back on the field, see what he can do, see what he can show. Maybe they can rehabilitate his trade value. So let's say the Raiders are unwilling to trade Maxx Crosby until the deadline when they're definitely out of it, and Maxx Crosby is once again worth 2 first-round picks. I would trade the fucking picks. I would trade him.
I would too.
Unless the season was going off the rails and that he wouldn't save it. But I don't see the season going like that. I mean, they have 2 quarterbacks. If Brock gets hurt, it's not the end. They should be in contention in November.
They will be. They will be.
It should be.
As long as Warner is healthy and Bosa doesn't get hurt again, like they'll be in contention. And I have no doubt about it. So, but why not just do it now? Why not just get Crosby acclimated to your system? Why not just trade him 2 firsts? And hey, you know what? Our 2 firsts are probably not going to be great because we're going to be really good this year with Crosby and probably next year if we still have Crosby. So why don't we just give you 2 firsts? And how about we give you Renardo Green? You guys need an extra corner. He's young. He probably hasn't reached his potential. He had great grades versus man coverage on PFF his rookie year and second year. Let's send him to you. Why not? I think it could get it done. Pearsall in 2 firsts could get it done for sure. For sure. Although I wouldn't trade.
If you have Maxx Crosby and Nick Bosa and Osa Odighizuwa, you can actually, with a straight face, talk about the Niners being maybe better than the Rams. Maybe.
Yeah.
But not now. No.
Not right now. There's no way the Niners are better than the Rams in any universe.
No.
Right now. But if you got Maxx Crosby,
Rams have a better D-line. They have a better quarterback. They have a better head coach, better GM.
Well, you could make the argument if they get Maxx Crosby, hey, they have a better D-line than the Rams. Even though the Rams have Myles Garrett, Kobe Turner, and Byron Young,
they at least have one that is comparable.
Toe-to-toe.
Yeah, exactly.
And their line can go toe-to-toe because neither have the best offensive line, right? So, and their running backs, like the Christian's better than Kyren Williams, right? Like their quarterback, yes, you would take Stafford, but like you could make an argument if everything's going right for Brock that he could be as productive or close.
I want to speak directly to the fans real quick. The fact that the Niners didn't make a move is very much a reflection of what they think of you. They think you're going to be all in no matter what they do. So if you're upset about this, I'm not saying don't go to games, but let your voice be heard. Tell them that you want them to be aggressive. Because I think the Rams get the picture that they don't really have a big fan base and they're trying to draw one in. I think they just take, if you feel taken for granted, it's probably because you are taken for granted. And it's okay to be upset with a team that's good. I'm not saying turn in your fan card, but write to your local congressman about the 49ers and tell them how you feel. That's what I would say. Write to your local congressman.
I would say let's start something outside the stadium. Trade for Crosby. Get 100,000 fans, 50,000, 10,000. I don't care. 5,000. Get them outside Levi's and say, John Lynch, trade for Crosby. Maybe it won't do anything, but at least it'll get media attention. Hey, Niner fans want you to go all in. Go all in.
Either that, when the Rams think they're close, they trade for Myles Garrett. When the Packers think they're close, they trade for Micah Parsons. When the Niners think they're close, they trade for Osa.
Osa's good.
He's good, but it's not the put you over the top move.
They didn't trade for Quinn and Williams. I would have 100% given that first round pick that they inevitably traded back and took Stribling for Quinn and Williams. Personally. But they didn't do it. Cowboys did. Cowboys thought they were close with the worst defense in the league. Niners don't have nearly as bad of a defense as the Cowboys, and they still found a way.
Ever since the Niners traded up for Trey Lance, they have really mismanaged their roster, and they've gotten by on all the players they drafted before then and Brock. But, God, man, they've made some horrendous decisions with their team, while the Rams and the Seahawks and the Eagles have made some very, very smart moves, which is why they've won Super Bowls. That's how it works. Here are my prize picks for the 49ers 2026 season. Brock Purdy, 25.5 passing touchdowns, more or less. I'm going to say less. Christian McCaffrey, 974.5 rushing yards, more or less. I'm going to say less. Mike Evans, 924.5 receiving yards. More or less? That's a tough one. I'm going with less. Go to Prize Picks, use promo code HMA, play $5 and get 50 instantly in lineups. Again, that's code HMA. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
I think it's just time to break up like the Lynch, York, Shanahan, like altogether, because there's obvious tension. I think part of the reason Lynch hasn't been able to do his job effectively is there's a tension with Kyle ever since the Ayuk signing. And there's a tension with York because York, obviously that didn't work out. So I think that's kind of spreading down.
It's a good point.
You know, it's no shock that they haven't gotten back to the NFC title game or Super Bowl since that Ayuk thing happened and since the tension stuff happened. Now they had injuries, whatever, but like miserable 24.
Also, I think it's the elephant in the room. We haven't addressed it, but we've talked about it a lot with the Niners. They have a very specific culture.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Politically, in terms of where they vacation, they're a clique. We call them a specific. They're a clique.
They're a fraternity.
They're a frat. They're tight end U. They're all that. The Rams really aren't that, and I don't. They're not like they're one group of core players that have been together since 2019. They've swapped out those guys so many. They've had so many different stars in there, and there's none of this like, well, we need to have this guy on the 10-year wall. He's a Ram for life. He's a like, no. I'm sorry.
Like,
that doesn't apply to anyone.
They were trying to trade Devontae Adams. They were literally trying to trade Devontae Adams for AJ Brown.
That's the Niners, though. The Niners we're a family and kumbaya, and it means a lot to us to have you check on the wall, man. I don't even know if the Rams have a wall. It's no family. It's whatever it takes. If we got to trade Matthew Stafford to win a Super Bowl, guess what if we have to trade Sean McVay to win a Super Bowl, guess what we'll do? And that's what you want. And the Niners talk about it but they're not. That's not who they are. Like they're super comfortable. They're the most comfortable team in the league. They are.
This is a business.
You shouldn't be comfortable.
Sports. This is not a family. Like, cool. Like, let's win together. Cool. That's all great. But at the end of the day, it's about winning. There's legitimately quantitative, like, data. Like, you need to win. That is the measure of success. It's not, hey, we're homies. We're gonna George Kittle.
We exceeded expectations given the injuries and adversity that we faced. Nah, man, no one remembers in 5 years that you had a bunch of injuries. It's just that you were one of the teams that didn't win.
It's like, what do they want? A George Kittle, Fred Warner, all these guys at 55 years old going a reunion. Hey, we almost
won,
but we were a family.
Nick Bosa was held. No one cares. Casey 11 says Casey 11 says Eagles team, in my opinion, is the best on paper last season, and they had a fallout. We still need to see the Rams play. The difference is that Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and Jalen Hurts is not. And Jalen Hurts looks like he's coming back. I'm gonna speak for myself. Jalen Hurts looks like he's coming back to earth right now. He was never that good of a quarterback. He was an incredible dual threat player, and he stopped using one of his threats last year. The way he played against the Niners in that playoff game still kills me, dude. What are you doing? Brock ran for more than you. Who are you anymore? I am not that high on the Eagles anymore because of him. He has a lot to prove.
Yeah, their defense will be good. I'm really worried about their offense, though. I really am. The Eagles.
All day everyday Kim says laughing stock on 3. 1, 2, 3. Doughboy Ali says Ronaldo Green IG story made me feel bad for him.
What did he do? I didn't even see his Instagram story.
No desire to fit in.
Oh, man. Trade him ASAP.
But that's what makes me like him, though, because, I hate that clique culture on the Niners, and he's so not in it. He couldn't be further away from it, which makes me respect him. There's so much pressure to fit into that shit. Ugh. The Ron Stewart says, is a new member. Thank you, the Ron Stewart. Nikki H says, only thing to look forward to now is your legendary streams and 4th and 1 fullback dives. No. They don't even give him the ball on fullback dives. It's a option end around. Jet sweep and Stribling attempting to block Garrett instead of a first round OT. Love that. RS, what would Walsh do? Says, I'm just here to say F Lynch, F Shanahan, F the front office as an organization, and a mother effing crew. And if you like this from Office, F you too, in my yelling in my Tupac voice. Appreciate that. RT is fishful says, at least Jet has Leeds United. The Niners are the West Coast Cowboys until York sells. Oof. Art Martinez says, now imagine if Aaron Donald comes out.
He should.
Yeah, he should. Mark Nadal says, 2 automatic losses added to the season. Shake my head. Have fun. Purdy makes it hard to be a fan of this team. Hog20 says, "Don't worry, guys. We will get. We got Romello height. Oh my god." Boxing fan says McVay did another drive-by pie to the face on guy. Justin says Jared first one rookie of the year, and they traded him before year 3. Dude,
they're
you
smart,
gotta
dude.
love teams like this. Not messing around. RS, what would Walsh do? Said when the Niners think they're close to winning a Super Bowl, they draft wide receivers that can block with their first pick. It's true. And if the Rams win the Super Bowl, the legend will be how they do it. It'll start here. Well, they made this incredible trade that shocked everyone on June 1st. And I guess this is when these big trades can happen, right? You have to wait until after June 1st. Oh, of course. Of course. Che, 1987 says Star, Bradshaw, Montana, Aikman, Elway, Brady, Mahomes, only current future Hall of Fame quarterbacks have repeated as Super Bowl champs. Darnold, less than 20% probability Seattle repeats unless he's secretly a Hall of Fame quarterback, and none of us know. Hog20 says, 2 shot glasses were the last Niner merch I bought because drinking is the only way to feel good about the future of this team. Drinking. Wow. Well, I don't condone that. If you want to feel good about the future of this team, I would recommend Into Cloud. Into Cloud, 30% off with promo code COHN. Yeah. Or Prize Picks.
I almost cried this morning. Honestly, when I saw that trade, almost cried.
Man, I was sitting outside on my deck wondering what I was going to talk about today, not looking at my phone. And then I look at my phone, I had all these texts being like, oh, that's what I'm talking about today. Thank you.
Thank
Rams.
God. It's been such a slow time. We needed something like this. Then we're going to get the A.J. Brown trade soon.
And then we're going to get the Niners doing a whole bunch of nothing. Can't wait. Can't wait. $72 million for next year. Those 2027 Niners are going to be great. Of course, Trent's going to be 39. But anyway, that's been our show. That's Brandon Deutsch. Make sure you follow him on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. He's taking off. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.
Trying to get like Grant Cohn, the legend himself.